Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I put together a really adorable, cute DIYs for Christmas in July. I hope you guys enjoy this video as well. And I also hope you guys had a wonderful 4th of July weekend. So let's start with the first project. I used my Cricut. I used my Cricut for these little trees. These are just going to be my template. And these two fabrics came from Dollar Tree. This wood came from Dollar Tree. I used it before. I'm going to use it again. First thing I want to do is paint that board with a antique parchment color paint. Now there's going to be a total of 6 trees. They're all different kind of shapes. And 3 are going to be red, 3 are going to be green. So I'm just going to place it on the fabric, trace it, and then cut the fabric out. I'm going to do one and then I'll do the rest off camera because it is time consuming. Now I have it traced. I'm just going to cut the tree out. You know, this is the tedious part. I wanted to use the fabric, so this is what I get for using the fabric. You can use craft paper. You can place craft paper in your Cricut and it can actually cut out the shape of the tree, which would save you a lot of time. I did not have the craft paper I wanted to use. That's the reason why I'm using the fabric. And this is how it turned out. Now I'm going to do the rest off camera. So now I want to add some burnt umber on the sides of the sign to make it look kind of like vintage, you can say. So I'm just using a sponge from Dollar Tree and just going around the edges. So now I'm going to place down the trees that I cut out. I have to make sure that I have enough room in the middle for the Cricut vinyl words that I created. So now to place down the trees, I'm just going to place down some Mod Podge on each tree. All right, so I'm finishing the other side, placing down the trees with some Mod Podge. I'm going to place down the vinyl words in the middle. It's going to say Merry Christmas. Now, it's kind of a tight spot, and even though I did place the trees where I wanted them, you know, when you place down the Mod Podge, they move. So anyways, I managed to get it to fit. So I'm just going to place it in the middle. So if you guys have a favorite, let me know in the comments below. And this is how this one turned out. I think it's so pretty, it's so perfect for Christmas. And that's basically it. Little tiny wood ring from Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using a wood round from Dollar Tree as well. Now I created this on my Cricut and I just used a Dollar Tree gift box and I created a little ornament. Now the first thing I want to do is paint this wood round black. This ornament is so adorable and so easy if you have a Cricut. And I really love the way this one comes out. Super easy. Now I'm going to start painting that ornament with some nutmeg paint, and then I'm going to add a little bit of the burnt umber over the top. Now if you don't like this color, you can paint it any color of your choice. You can use red, green, but I like this color because I thought it was very neutral. Now I'm just going to go ahead and finish painting the rest off camera. Now everything's dry. I'm going to place it right over that wood round and glue everything down. Now when I created this on my Cricut Design Space, unfortunately you can't create it in one piece. It comes in multiple pieces, so I'm going to have to glue everything down individually like a little puzzle. Now I'm going to place down the bottom part of the ornament and glue that down as well. You can see it coming together. Like I said, if you don't like this color, you can change it up, but I thought it was very neutral and I really like the color combination with the black. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue down the top piece and the middle piece. Now I picked up this pick from Hobby Lobby. I'm just going to take 2 pieces and place it at the top of the ornament. But before I do that, I created a bow using Michael's ribbon and Dollar Tree ribbon, and I just combined them together. And I'm going to place it at the top, and then I'm going to take those two picked pieces and glue them right underneath the bow. Now I wanted the ornament to have a little tag, so I just cut a little square piece out of some canvas from Dollar Tree frame and just writing out Merry Christmas, and I place a little hole. Gonna place jute twine through the hole, place it underneath the bow. However, I did not like the canvas, so I just took a little piece of the gift box and did the same thing. So I decided to place one of these big berries right in the middle of the bow, but however, I didn't like the way it looked, so I did change it. I placed two little pine cones in the middle. Here's that little tag that I replaced. Now I'm going to take that wood ring. I painted that with burnt umber. I'm just going to place it at the top, place it down with some glue, and that's basically it for this cute little sign. Let me know in the comments below if you like this one. This one I took a rocking chair. This is from Hobby Lobby, but you can always use Dollar Tree. They have it in the toy department. They have the little chairs. And this wood slice from Dollar Tree. This little piece of scrap wood, I don't even know where I got it from. Now these I made out of Dollar Tree fabric. And these books I made out of ribbon and some pages and just glue them together. And the little clock, it came from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to go ahead and paint this red. This is for somebody in heaven, and I have many relatives in heaven. I have my mom and dad, my brother, my nephew. So this is really a sentimental piece. And my family came over for Thanksgiving, and they loved it, and they wanted to take it home with them. Now I'm going to paint the rocking chair with some brown paint. Now the cushions on the chair, I just took, like I said, the fabric from Dollar Tree. I just took two pieces, add some polyfill inside, just a little bit, and then I glue them together. Now I'm going to place down the vinyl that I created on my Cricut. Unfortunately, I had to do this off camera because I was having the darnest time trying to get this to stick. I'm going to take that wood slice, take the string off because I don't need it. And the little books, like I said, I just took a piece of red ribbon and some pages from a book and glue them all together. It was really easy to make. I also took a piece of that fabric and just kind of like made a little rug for the wood slice. Now I'm going to place the cushions inside the chair. This really is adorable. I love this one. Like I said, these books are really easy to make. It doesn't really take a lot of talent to make these books. Now I'm going to place the rocking chair on the wood slice along with the rug and the books. And also, I forgot to tell you, I have a little Dollar Tree Christmas tree. I'm going to use that as well. And glue that down on the wood slice. Now I'm going to place down the books on the wood slice, and that little sign, I'm going to place that in back. I'm going to take a little tumbling tower block and glue it to the back, and then glue the sign to it. Now for the little clock that I made, that little wood piece came from Hobby Lobby. I think it's like a wood wheel or something like that. I'm going to place it right on top of the books. And that's pretty much it for this project. Look how adorable it came out. I picked these shelves up from Dollar Tree. We're going to use them in this project. And this came from Dollar Tree, and they have 3 different sizes. I got the large one. These came from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to use them in this craft. This is a craft paper from Hobby Lobby as well. Now I want to place the craft paper inside, so I'm just going to trace it back. So this way I know if it's going to fit or not. Now I found this on Pinterest. Now there's 2 different ways I've seen them done. One was done with the tumbling tower blocks, and one was done with the shelves. Now I didn't have enough tumbling tower blocks, so I decided to use the shelves. Now I have the craft paper cut out. I'm just going to glue it inside. Now I'm going to take those shelves and then I'm going to glue them together. You'll see it come together. It's so adorable. I'm going to place one shelf on top. Just going to glue it down. Now, if you want a longer hold, I would definitely use super glue or something like that. But I didn't want to mess with super glue today. I have very bad experience with super glue. So I'm just going to use the hot glue for now. Now I'm going to take the other shelf and glue it to the bottom as well. Same way. Isn't this adorable fireplace? It is so stinking cute. Now I'm going to take those little wood pieces, one that I got from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to place one at the bottom. These other 2 pieces I got from Dollar Tree, and I thought they would look much better crisscross on top. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue them 2 together. Now I'm going to take the Dollar Tree tree garland and I'm going to place it at the top of the fireplace. Just going to glue it all around. Now you can use any type of craft paper you want inside if you can't find this one at Hobby Lobby. This little wreath I picked up from Hobby Lobby. I thought it would look really pretty at the top. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down. Now, if you can't find the white shelves at Dollar Tree, they also have black. If you like black, you can have a black fireplace. But I thought the white was really pretty. Now, I thought the fireplace needed some stockings. Now, I picked these up from Walmart last year. What's a fireplace without stockings, right? So I'm just going to glue it right underneath that little wreath. And I'm going to place down 3 of them. I'm going to keep the string attached. So this way it has something to hold on to when I glue it down. Now I'm going to place down the last stocking. Now on top of the shelf, you can add anything you want. I just threw a few things up there just to give you an idea what you could place at the top. A few little things like Santa, a little house, a little tree. I mean, you can add like little picture frames, stuff like that. Really adorable. And that's pretty much it for this project. I think it came out so cute. All right, for this one, we're going to take this wood piece from Dollar Tree and the wall tile. We're going to make something really pretty. Now I'm just going to place that right on top of the wall tile and trace it, and then cut it out. I had to place it diagonal because I wanted to make sure that it was going to cover the whole entire wood piece, and that's why it's sideways. And I'm going to use the black marker, that's fine, because a baby wipe will wipe it right off the tile. No worries. Now I'm just going to glue it down right on top. Use my glue gun. You can use anything you want, but the glue gun works fine. Now I'm just going to trim anything that's hanging over the edges with my scissors. Start adding some green paint. I'm going to use Dollar Tree little sponge jobber and just sponge on the green paint. Now I'm going to be adding some metallic gold to the raised areas. I took a little tiny sponge and it was getting all over the place, so I eventually used my finger. I thought it was more, I could control it more this way, so that's why I was using my finger. Isn't it so pretty? I love it. Now I'm just going to create a little hanger in back, use some jute twine and glue it to the back. I want the sign to have a little tag, so I just cut a little piece of Dollar Tree gift box, and I'm just going to write out with my black pencil, Mary. So I want it to look like a very old tag, so I'm kind of like crunching it up, and then I'm going to add some antique wax. I do use a hole puncher to punch a hole because my intention was to hang it, but I don't end up hanging it. I end up placing it in between the greenery that I place at the top. So now I'm taking 2 pieces of some greenery that I got from Hobby Lobby and just going to glue them down at the top. I'm also going to use this rusty looking bell. Not sure where I got it from, but I'm going to place it right at the top as well. And then this little gold ornament. Not sure where I got it from, but I thought it would look really pretty at the top. I'm going to glue that down as well. I'm going to place the tag right underneath there and just glue it down. Look how pretty this came out. I love the way this turned out, guys. Let me know what you think. Cute little new item from Dollar Tree. It almost looks like a 3D, and we're going to make something really pretty from this. I'm going to use some fairy lights as well. I'm going to take it out of the package. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So it looks like you have 3 separate wood pieces. You have some deer, you have some trees, and then you have a back piece, and then you have a little stand. I'm going to start off by painting this white, and then I'm going to add a little black and then a little blue because I want it to look like it's nighttime. I'm just going to dab on some black and then some blue. Now I'm going to add some navy blue, just mix it with the black. Like I said, I'm trying to make it look like the sky is dark. Now I'm going to add some white dots, take it back on my paintbrush, dip it in some white paint, and then I'm going to draw in some little stars with a white marker. Well, you can paint this any color you like. I decided to create it this way because to me it looked like a little snow globe kind of thing with a deer and tree inside. Now I'm going to start painting these. The tree is going to be with moss, with the moss color paint, and the deer one's going to be with a dark brown and a light brown. Now the left part, if you look at the left one, the scenery, I left everything intact, the deer and the 2 trees, and I cut the rest of the stuff out because I didn't like all that stuff inside there, because to me it was just blocking the view of the deer and trees, so I did cut that out. Now there is a lot of painting, so I'm trying to go as fast as I could, just giving you an idea of what I'm painting, the colors that I'm using. Now this deer is a darker brown, and then the outside of the globe, the wood globe, I used the same brown, and I just used a baby wipe to make it look like a stain. Now here's where I removed everything that was in the back. I just cut it out. So there you can just see the tree and the little deer. So when you put them together, it looks so much better. And then this is the background that looks like at night. Now I'm going to take that fairy lights and I'm going to glue them in the back. Now I'm going to place it right back into the stand. Now I already put the other two in the stand, and this is going in the back. And I'm going to glue it down though because it is kind of wobbly. Now you can leave it as is. It is really cute, but I wanted to add some fake snow. So I'm just going to use some Mod Podge and place it in the back and a little bit in front where the deer and trees are. So this way it looks really snowy. I also added some snow in front of the globe as well. I added a little Mod Podge off camera. I think this came out so pretty. Now I'm going to turn on the fairy lights, and this is how it turned out. And you wouldn't believe you bought this from Dollar Tree. This one, we're going to use a wall tile from Dollar Tree. This gift box, I thought it was very unique and I liked the color of it, so I'm going to use that as well. And we're going to use some skewer sticks. These are the supplies you're going to need if you want to recreate this. And then these wheels I picked up from Hobby Lobby. There's a large one and a small one and a bunch of different wood beads, different sizes. First thing I want to do is use my ruler. I'm going to create a little tree. I'm going to use the gift box because this is going to be the background for the wall tile. Just going to create two straight sides to create the tree. One's going to be large, one's going to be smaller than the large one. Now you can decide what kind of shape you want to make your tree. You can make it thin, you can make it wide. So for this DIY, I'm not going to really speed it up. I want to show you exactly how to make this. So it's going to be a little longer than normal. So once you have your tree traced out, you're going to go ahead and cut it out. Now for the small one, I'm just going to do that one off camera. I'm going to do the large one. So I'm going to show you how to do one at least. Now you're going to take your tree and your ruler and your pencil and you're going to create a line because this is where you're going to cut them. You're going to create a line at the top. You're going to create a line in the middle. So there's going to be 3 parts of the tree. Now once you have your pencil lines, you're going to go ahead and cut all 3 pieces. Now you're going to take your wall tile, you're going to take that sticky part off and you're going to flip it upside down. You're going to cut it in half. Now you're going to take the trees that you cut out, you're going to place them right on the wall tiles. Now all you're going to do is glue them down on the wall tile. Once they're all glued down, you're going to go ahead and cut them all out and make sure that you get close as you can to the sides. Now I'm going to be using some antique parchment paint. That's going to be for the base coat. And I'm going to use a Dollar Tree sponge to apply the paint. Now you can use any color you decide. I find it easier to use the sponge to apply the paint instead of using a paintbrush because the sponge works a lot better. Now you want to also add the paint to your skier sticks, your wheels, and your wood beads. They all have to be the same color as the base color. Now, unfortunately, this is blurry because when I get anything on my lens, like I was eating potato chips, I think I got the oil on my lens. Anyways, I'm using some dark green paint, another sponge from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to sponge on the color. I'm going to add a little bit to the wheels, the skier stick, and to the beads. Now everything's dry. We're going to put everything together, and the first thing I want to do is do the base. I'm going to take the wheel, the large wheel, and a large wood bead. I'm going to place the skier stick inside because I want to make sure that the hole and everything is going to meet before I glue it down. I'm just going to glue those two pieces together. Now I want to make sure that I have enough room at the bottom. I want to leave a little space, so I'm just going to place it in front just to get an idea before I glue it down. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue those tiles down to the skier stick. And really it makes it easier because in the middle of the tile it has those lines. So it makes it perfect to place it in the middle. Now I'm going to turn it over because I want to add a little more support. I'm going to add a little piece of Scotch tape, place it in the back. Now you're going to start adding your wood beads. I'm going to place one and then hot glue it down. And then I'm going to place the other tile right above it. It's really not that hard to make. I really love this one. This is my favorite today. And I'm definitely going to make a few more. I'm going to make one that's red, one that's brown, and just scatter them around my house. They're so easy and so pretty. I love it because it has Christmas look, but also like a little bit of a rustic look. And I really love that look. So you want to make sure you glue down your beads because they will move around. Now I'm going to place another bead at the top. And then I'm going to place down the last piece of tile. What do you guys think? You like this one? I think it's so pretty. It's different, definitely. Now I'm going to place the last tile right at the top. This is the large one. I do the small one off camera. You'll see at the end. Added another piece of tape in the back. I want to add it because I want to keep these around for a few years because I really love them. So I want to make sure they're not going to fall apart. Now I'm going to place some glue in the stand and place the tree right inside. And that is it, guys. Look how adorable these came out. For the next project, I printed this out and just found it online. I used my Cricut and made a stencil. I seen this at Hobby Lobby, wanted to try my hands on this, and I'm going to use the large skier sticks from Dollar Tree. Now I went ahead and cut them down, just going to go ahead and paint them all brown. Now, like I said, I created a little stencil on my Cricut machine. I was a little nervous because I didn't know if the vinyl was going to pull off the paper because it is just regular printing paper. So now I'm just going to place down the baby Jesus in the middle, and then I'm going to place down the other part at the top. I'm not going to fully cover this with the brown paint. I'm going to lightly cover because I want it to look like the one from Hobby Lobby. Now I have some light beige and some dark brown in the little container. I'm going to go ahead and use my little stencil brush. Just brush on some of the brown, the light brown, and then the dark brown over the top. So you can see that I'm just basically placing the paint around the outside. I'm not going to do the inside because, like I said, I want it to look like the one from Hobby Lobby. I'm just adding a little bit of the dark brown right on top of the light brown. And then I'm going to remove the stencil and show you what it looks like. Now I'm going to take those skewer sticks and just glue them together. Then once they're all glued together, I'm going to place them right at the bottom of that little sign. This was such an easy project. Didn't take much time to create this. And basically I used everything from Dollar Tree except for the printout. Now the printout was free, and the one from Hobby Lobby was obviously bigger, but this was only, I think it cost me less than $1 to make. And I think it's really adorable, and I love the way it turned out. Now I'm going to do the other side as well. Glue down the little wood pieces at the top. So I want to be able to hang it as well. I'm just going to take a little piece of jute wire from Hobby Lobby and glue it to the back. That's pretty much it for this project, and I think it's so stinking cute. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Take care, everyone. I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.